Pushing up onto the high ground here, searching for opportunities, and they find the first pick. That's Fielder. Quick little burst shot there, finds Alarm, but Ivy dives into the background. He's going to take out soon here. Immortality Field now going to be committed on the one side, but Ivy, look at that with the try shot. Already just going to start lasering them down. If you don't know, a bit of an execute mechanic on that one. He is absolutely demolishing right now with these sticky bombs. And it's going to be a clean fight win right now for Philadelphia Fusion. Lead it in, and we're going to see the duplicate onto the Brigitte. Just seeing if he can build up the rally super fast. Already onto 80% of his ult timing. Fury sends in the bomb. The rally comes up. That's perfect timing. Ivy utilizing the Echo perfectly there. It's exactly what you want to be trying to do. Because remember, even when he fades back into the Echo, as you see here, the rally armor persists. So they can win out this team fight.
It only persists for a little while, though, and Philly actually used both of their rallies. And I don't know whether you know this, Ben, but rally armor doesn't stack. It's one of the weird interactions in the game that doesn't stack. So I think that was a bit of a misplay by Philly, but it doesn't really matter. 95%, and their sheer aggression is pummeling the Paris Eternal right now. 99, no one near the point, and Philly make that one.
It's on to 3. He's going to give them a small opportunity. Pulled in, though. Hisu falls down. He's got a teleport, though. He's going to instantly go back to his team, but too little too late. Sada gets yoinked in, frozen up, and he's taken down. The Coalescence committed here by Fielder. He's having a good first showing. Now, and it is difficult for Fusion to push him, but the Nano Boost is going to get committed now onto Sado. He is split off, though, as the Ice Wall goes up. It's going to be the Sound Barrier also committed now to the Paris Eternal. A lot of ultimates used across the board. Sado searching for a good Earth Shatter opportunity. Swinging away, blocks the first one. Still not going for one of his own. In fact, he doesn't need it because his team is pumping in the damage. Ivy with 2 kills. The Icicles finding their mark. And it's going to be all Philadelphia Fusion as they are able to retake this point. Really being committed at all here by Philly. Still a 5 on the board. It's looking very good for them right now as the Nanoboost is finally going to get used, and he's just swinging into the Bionade. That's all Alarm, baby. Committed in the Bionade. Made them so they couldn't really heal up whatsoever, and that gives Sada the opportunity to follow. It wasn't quite there, instinctual if you will, but still, it might be good enough for Philadelphia Fusion. It forced out the Sound Barrier, which means Philly can come back in with one of their own. But the Astro gets much better at one off. See the Death Blossom being committed by Hisu as well as he chases Nico down into the depths of University. Finds a second kill as well, making it a third. He's in the back line, just ravaging the opposition. He's a hungry, hungry boy, but not quite a hippo. And we're going to see Philadelphia Fusion as they trigger over this overtime, starts to trickle down. Fielder desperately trying to stall this one out. But I think this might be curtains for them as Philadelphia Fusion are looking clean right now. And they're going to be able to take map number 1.
Yeah, well, that's a ridiculous play by Sado.
Back now, FD God was forced to use his rally there. So now Paris Eternal are going to be able to push in with the rally armor, which could pose problematic for Philadelphia Fusion. But Sado going to send in his own supercharger. Bob goes in as well, and Bob is putting in work alongside EQO. The sticky bombs just do far too much damage. Look at that. Perfectly aiming ahead. He's going to try and take a 1v1 now against Nico. Just trying to build up a gravitic flux as he gets sent out. He's only 80%, 90%, almost got it. Just waiting for the right opportunity. Mortality Field not going down, but EQO! Oh my goodness! Comes in from the side. Now he's going to be duplicating over onto the Brigitte, just swinging away in close quarters. And I feel like we've just returned to a previous meta, Josh. A previous meta with potentially 3 tanks, 3 supports maybe. I love it.
Try and delay the point. They've gone for more of a divey setup here. The Paris are clutching at straws.
Very divey. Hisu off onto the flank. No one's taking care of him. Hisu though, oh, he misses the dynamite, but it's okay because the Philadelphia Fusion have taken care of the front lines. Despite the fact that they lose their Ash player, EQO just to be able to pump in the damage with the sticky bombs. Laser beam just going to be executing. Handbin down. One last player onto the point. It's Fielder, but he will be evaporated. And that is going to mean that the Paris Eternal, they only get
Coast in order to put cross-angle pressure onto the Paris Eternal.
Finds the pick onto Soon. And now with that, another one as well. 2 picks for him. This might just be it. The Paris Eternal crumbling along, finds 3. Absolutely absurd stuff. This was what we were promised when this guy was joining the league. He was hyped up, living up to it in the final moments right now of this map, but what a one-sided affair. The Philadelphia Fusion taking map number 2 and winnable scenario for the Paris Eternal.
Very difficult though for them. No Smite went down before he could use his Primal Rage. Philadelphia have got all of their ults online as well. It seems inevitable. And when I'm looking at how this team composition works for Philadelphia, it almost seems undivable. Soon and Nico were able to do very little there. And mostly when you saw the nano boost being put onto No Smite, he instantly flew backwards.
Yep.
Now,
I could have your fusion, and they're still alive. So much sustain available to them. The laser beam from EQO is going to be shredding them, putting in so much damage. Along with the sticky bombs, they get the D-Meg, Hanbin will fall. They have so much presence right now. It's so tough for the Parasiternal to try and combat this. It's never ending, the fight's still continuing, and the beatdown from Soon. Is he really going to be able to clutch this one up? Sending it in, he's got the rally armor on top, everything available to him, the resources. It's an absolute kerfuffle in the lower pits of Volskaya, but the Parasiternal come out. One of the tanks, Nico, going to be opting for the Orisa, actually wants a taste of that medicine. Goes straight in for the Halt, sees if he can combo with anything, but he gets forced out of it as he gets bursted down. Hisudo comes in with a tactical visor, and he's actually finding kills. It's a miracle, Josh. It's a Christmas miracle. 2 picks now for the Philadelphia Fusion. Can they find a third? The Halt comes up, but eaten in the end by Hanbin, and now it's the re-engagement coming in from the Parasiternal. Nico from the skies, desperately trying to burst down some damage from above. Boombox is the one who's finding the picks, though, in the meantime, and EQO going to be trying to deal with him in the flank. Look at the sticky bombs! Headshots on headshots, Nico will fall, and there's just a few remaining stragglers. Parasiternal desperately trying to hold on to this point. Alarm with the whip shot, though, bringing down Soon. Only a couple of players remaining. It's desperation time now from No Smite. Nico switching over to the Doomfist, but as soon as he falls, that might just be it. And finally, the Philadelphia finish with 2 seconds. No Smite, indeed it was, takes out the Immortality Field, but now the Primal Rage. Perfect positioning. Can No Smite capitalize? He's trying to find some targets. Trying to get the control over. There you go, baby! No Smite with the 2K. Finding it, Fury and Saddle off the map. The Fortify could not save them, was not there in time, and the Parasiternal have just opened this point up off the back of some very lovely control there by No Smite. That was some stellar Winston gameplay.
It seems kind of poetically beautiful that after Soon threw himself off the map in their first push.
Moving over onto the point, stun, perfect at the time. See the Immortality Field by Boombox as well, trying to keep them alive, but Alarm will not be long for this world. Duplicate by EQO has already built up the Primal Rage. This could be the clutch that they needed, just trying to force them out. Boombox now going to be prioritizing the back line. Boombox takes out Nico in the end, but Soon over onto the Tracer, trying to clutch it up, eventually taken out in the meanwhile. Still, the fight continues, the time ticking over. Fusion have players onto the point, but it seems like the Parasiternal are slowly edging this one in their favor. No Smite's Primal Rage just about fades, but not before the damage is done. And that is going to be a very, very nice time bank for the Parasiternal. 3 minutes 42 seconds. Actually, when he's on that much of a ping. But there we go. No Smite now going to be using his nano boost, leaping himself in. Boombox gets anti-nated up by Fielder, and Fielder takes him out anyway. That was a solo kill into the back line. Fielder might just be clutching this one, but Fusion do not want to count themselves out just yet. No Smite going down. Husu being chased into the back line. Another kill for Fielder as well. This guy making a name for himself in the Overwatch League thus far. Nico back in the fight. The sticky bomb's putting in damage, but Fury shuts him down regardless. Hisu using that tactical visor, but as it fades, he didn't quite get the work done that he really hoping for. Let's be real. Still, the Parasiternal with an opportunity in Fusion. They don't touch the point. Try and build
but
Fielder gets another pick onto EQO. I gotta say, it's absolutely astonishing what Fielder's being able to do right now on 200 ping. It is absolutely astonishing, the fact that he's finding these pickoffs anyway. This guy is a real treat, and Hanbin with the boop off. He knocked Alarm just onto the corner, the same place where Soon met his fate a little bit earlier. The Parasiternal have just absolutely rolled over the Philadelphia Fusion. That's gonna be a map win for them, ladies and gentlemen. Are we gonna see a reverse sweep? We've already seen, you know,
it's a theory.
well, let's see what
right?
Eco can do on the Echo as he duplicates up, and we're getting some value now as he switches over to the D.Va. Sometimes you see the players switching over to the tank characters, just get a bit more sustain onto the point. A lot more damage mitigation as well. Just trying to build up that bomb. And there you go, sends it straight into the back line, finds FD God with it. But the Fusion had won that fight long before that bomb was even built up, it felt like.
Yeah, I really like the swap over to D.Va. I think both Winston and D.Va, and sometimes Orisa can be great picks for the Echo to utilize. But
Philadelphia Fusion using that amplification matrix, forcing them back. Now No Smite wants to go in, but stunned up. Bashed, he could not use his Primal Rage. And that's a quick little shot from the Hellfire shotgun from Hisu. A headshot nonetheless. And they're going to be able to take him out. Fusion really just pressing their advantage, as you can see. Finding the pickoffs where necessary. Parasiternal They are just getting crushed right now in the new shotguns. He's just tearing into them. EQO ended up duplicating over to the Brigitte, so they've got rally armor, double rally armor as well. You know, sometimes you make mistakes. They actually, their rallies ended at the exact same time, so they ended up popping rally at the exact same time.
Yeah. I mean, why not, right? If you're EQO, you definitely want to use the rally.
Do you get the rally armor twice as fast if that's the case? I mean,
I
know there's a
I don't
maximum.
think so.
There's a maximum, right? But would it apply? Because Fury doesn't have the flux. We'll see if he opts to try and use it now. It's going to get utilized pretty early now. And Alarm using that Transcendence, but damage boosted, frozen up soon with the headshot. He just one-shots him. Fury now going to be coming back with Gravitic Flux of his own. Takes out 2 of them. EQO is trying to build up his own. 80% and counting. Very, very close, but only 4 seconds left on the duplication. Sends it up with the Gravitic Flux, but the Fortify will save Nosemite, but unfortunately the Fortify won't save. Eternal have got a lot of ultimas to use.
Yeah, they only just managed to win. And that means the Pirates have a lot of ults to be able to defend with here, but that kill on Handbin is fantastic. Cancels the Gravitic Flux.
That Supercharger and the Amplification Matrix. It's so much damage, and Fury's just sending in these orbs, and he's already got 2 kills because of it. He's 50% to his Gravitic Flux when he's the sidelines, just trying to get the sticky bombs off, putting in a lot of damage. Alarm falls into the backline though, as he was yoinked. And now it looks like the Pirates Eternal are in a very comfortable position to try and hold this one. EQO will fall, one of the last bastions to try and clutch it up, if you will. I don't know why Shadow's in the backline, but he is, and he's trying to take things into his own hands. Not quite working out, and I think Josh, as soon as they kill the remaining few players, this is going to be good.
Certainly seems like it. A fairly good defense there on point C for the Pirates Eternal. Ticked a lot of time off the clock.
Can't push time for now. Trying to force Philadelphia Fusion to the low ground. EQO in the backline.
Oh.
Look at those fadeaway shots, though. He's leading them and soon just waddled into it. And now he has free reign on the backline once more. So much damage just being really utilized fully. EQO up to 60% now to his duplicate ultimate. And Philadelphia Fusion are holding and been moving forward. Gravitic Flux into the back. Pandemonium, chaos, whatever word you want to use to try and describe the current situation. I think they're all quite applicable, as EQO now going to be making the switch over to the Winston. Trying to build up the Primal Rage. He's got them cornered now into the lower sections. Primal Rage now going to be used. Searching for an opportunity to use it. He's going to be splitting off a couple of them, but slept up now by Fielder once more. Fielder using the Nano Boost, and Nico with the opportunity to really pop off. Finding a lot of these picks. Nosemite on 1 HP. EQO takes him out. It's not over just yet. The Pirates Eternal are in trouble. EQO still in the fight. Nico desperately trying to turn this one. Hanbin finally returning into the fray. The overtime ticking. There's only 1 player remaining, and it's Sado against the world. Not quite. Now the rotation's coming in as Alarm moves over to the Lucio to just try and stall this one. They want to try and make it work. Boombox to the Immortality Field. They're keeping the overtime going. But the spawners, I don't think, favor any side. Are the Fusion really going to be able to clutch this one? Alarm booping them away. The rotations might just be perfect, but Nosemite is back in the fight, and he has the Primal Rage. Moving into the backline, slept again, but awoken in the nick of time. Bob trying to make it work. The Gravitic Flux now used as well. On top of that, the Fusion are desperate to hold on to this one, but I think the Pirates Eternal might have just clutched it in the final moments, and they finally get it. I don't know if that's the target he wanted. He probably wanted one of the tank lines because he's trying to build up the Amplification Matrix, but can he get it down? Finally pops it, but he's being forced back by EQO as he duplicated one of the Winstons and built up the Primal Rage. And as I said before, Josh, but it's so applicable, it's just absolute chaos right now. The Hulk comes out from the Fusion, but it looks like the Pirates Eternal are clutching it up soon, able to build up the bomb, lays it down, and it peppers them from the sidelines. And the Fusion crumbling in a very precarious situation. Nano Boost being eliminated again, and Nico can end up duplicating the May, so he's freezing up the Philadelphia Fusion all over the place. Handbin with the beat down. The Eternal, do not tell me you're doing this right now. I cannot believe what I am seeing. The Blizzard built up almost instantly. No one can touch the cart. No one can touch the point. And they're booted back, and the Pirates Eternal have done it. Take it. Just a moment. Now Hisu just rolling forward, but Sado stepping a little bit too far forward. The shield bash comes out as well.
He was actually caught inside the Winston bubble, so couldn't get any healing as well.
Beautiful placement from Nosemite there. Clutching it up, but I mean, at the end of the day, when Hisu gets the Nano Boost loaded up onto him, damage output is a little bit too much, though. He's falling very, very low. Has to get healed up by Alarm off onto the wayside. But the Fusion still clutch this. He almost has his duplicate. He could try and turn this one with maybe a clutch little pick-off. Nosemite with another Nano Boost. laying it down. Nico falls though, and the sound barrier on top. The Pirates Eternal are losing every single piece they've got at their disposal. It's so tough for them to try and keep this fight going for them, especially as Nico fell a little bit earlier in this fight. It means they're not going to have the duplicate for the rest of this engagement unless they can stall it out a little bit longer. Nosemight does keep the overtime burning, and Nico has to switch over to the D.Va just to try and stall this one out. Probably not the target he wanted. In the meantime, gets demeched, does manage to build up the self-destruct, but he does not get too much out of it. Fury taking care of the rest, and it will be round number 1 going to the Philadelphia Fusion.
Well, I think most
to the backline, but he's very low. Very, very low. He's on a sliver of health, and he will go down to the Moira Orb, of all things. Always
skillful.
Yeah, always a brutal scenario when that happens. And the Pirates Eternal, they have to use their alternative field quite early. Fusion do not want to let them realistically regroup whatsoever. They're going to be using the sound barrier just to seal it in now. And they've won another. The Pirates Eternal might be able to speed boost and try and get a pick off here. They get a boop off to Ivy. That could be critical. I may have just called it a little bit too early here. Ivy going down. They removed a lot of their damage now. And the Fusion are really scattered all over the bloody shop now. The Gravitic Flux built up by Hanbin. Sends them up, sends them straight down. Again, Nosemight with the pin. Pandemonium on the point now. This might be the flip in their favor. Very clutch plays coming out from the Pirates Eternal. Swinging away. Nosemight desperately trying to get this kill now onto Hisu. They find it. And have they found the opening they were looking for? As the Fusion crumble and fall in the final moments. I cannot believe I just cast a curse on myself like that, John. For another environmental kill opportunity soon in the backline. The Death Blossom unleashed, but look at that peel from Fury. He uses the defense matrix perfectly just to keep his team alive, as the Coalescence going to be layered up, and Hisu tears through the opposition. So many kills flowing now for the Philadelphia Fusion, and they are just seconds away now from taking this map. It was a good effort from the Pirates Eternal, but good just quite isn't good enough. The Philadelphia Fusion taking that map number 5. GG's in the chat.